more things to be said. If we do not change direction, we're going to end up where we're headed.
Yes.
And I think you want to get Jonathan up.
Yes, I think it's time for Jonathan to do the thing.
Well, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Jonathan Silveira and I'm your BC NDP candidate for Surrey South. Now I think it's important for you to know a little bit about me. I was born in Madrid, Spain. My mom is Brazilian, so I moved to Brazil and we moved to Canada in 1996. When we moved here as an immigrant family, I didn't really speak a lot of English. I had to learn it. So my first task was how to communicate effectively. And I still remember my first job. It was at a Kentucky Fried Chicken as a cook, where I worked for a few years, and I knew in my heart that, to have a better life in Canada, I should seek an education. I come from a family that values education. And I was very lucky, because at that time we had an NDP government that supported education, supported students. And I was able to go to university and get a couple of degrees. Today I'm a professional, I have a family, I'm able to support my family, but over the past 10 years, 16 years in fact, I've seen our education system become worse and worse. And I hear Christy Clark talk about this great economy that is not shared by all. When we look at our schools, when we look at healthcare, we can do a lot better, a lot better. And that's why I'm running. We're very, very fortunate to have a very committed group of volunteers. Every single day we're at a different elementary school, talking to parents. And we all hear the same thing. Our kids are extremely important. They're being neglected. If you do want to have a strong economy tomorrow, you do have to start with our kids. But we can't forget our seniors as well. One of the things about running this election is that I am getting to know a lot of people in our community. And it is quite moving when you talk to someone and you hear their story. We're seeing seniors that can't get the care that they need, waiting hours and hours in the emergency room, in emergency, and when they do get in, there isn't really a lot of services for them. There isn't a lot of services for people, and we got to change that. In my opinion, a premier, a government's got to work to do better for their citizens, the people living here. And Christy Clark is making it harder for people. Hydro rates are up. Your vehicle insurance premiums are up. Health premiums are up, and we got to change that. I do need your help, though. One of the things that I'm learning through in this election, it's how expensive it is. Christy Clark and the BC Liberals are paid and bought by big donors. We got to change that. Every time you see, I'm very thankful for Jeff and the sign crew for going up and putting up our signs. But it is very easy for Stephanie Cadu to make us disappear, just because she has so much more money than we do. Every intersection that you see 4 signs of Stephanie Cadu, that's about $800. $800 in signs. And it's very hard for us to compete. I absolutely do need your help, financial help. It's so hard. I am out there every day, knocking on doors. In fact, I have to buy a new pair of shoes because my soles are done already. And we have another 26 days to go. But it is overwhelming the amount of love that we're actually getting from the community as well. When I started, people told me you have no chance, people are going to try to shoot you, be careful. And we've been knocking on those doors, and it's not quite like that. People do dislike Christy Clark. As soon as you say, Christy Clark, do you like her? No, I don't like her. Well, then are you going to vote for us? Well, you know what? Maybe this time. And we have that over and over. We do go to schools in the morning, 8 a.m. You'll find us in elementary school. We're talking to parents. The stories that I have, I'll just tell you one story. I mean, one father who was terrified to send his daughter to school. I'm like, why? My daughter has severe asthma, and the portable that she's in has mold. So if she goes to school, she may die. So what they transferred her to another school. They drive 35 minutes to take her to school, 35 minutes back home, and again, right, every single day. And they're not asking for much, they're just asking for a clean environment for our kids. You know, talking to seniors, now it comes to light, very close to my heart now, how difficult it is for some of them, because they're on fixed pension. And some of them are competing with people that are working for rent. So when rent goes up, you push seniors away, right? It is very difficult. Some of them don't have families to help them out. The cost of medicine is extremely expensive for them. So we got to change that. In my opinion, the way that we do that is by changing our government. We need a provincial government that cares about seniors, that cares about our young, that cares for working people, small business people, that cares for our community. And that's why I'm running. I do care. Christy Clark is working for her big friends, big donors, not working for you. I want to work for you. I need your help. We're very lucky to have very committed volunteers, but we need more people. I'm out at a school every day. We're going to be out every single day, twice. And I'm going to be door knocking. So I need people to go door knocking with me. And I do need funds. Believe it or not, every large sign that you see out there costs $100 just for the sign. And then it's another $70 for lumber. It is very, very expensive. To phone people, it is extremely expensive. So I need your help. Every $100 you give, you get $75 back as a tax credit. So it really only costs you $25 to give 100. I could really, really use some help. So if you can help me out, I really, really appreciate it. If you have questions, now would be the time to ask some. I'm open to questions. Anyone? Going once? Twice? I'll be around. So yeah, go ahead.
Do you have a constituency office? Where is it?
We do not have a constituency office, and that was a decision that we made strategically. To have an office could cost between $6,000 and $10,000. So we've decided to use those funds for science, which is number one in our campaign. Number two is Facebook ads, and we've been quite fortunate. We've reached now probably 30,000 people plus, at least twice online. So the strategy is really to try to go that way. It is very, very hard to compete with Christy Clark with anything related to dollars. She can outspend us all the way. I mean, to be honest, when I ran municipally, it was hard to run against the mayor's slate who had $1.3 million to spend in 30 days. Christy Clark and her team have over $100 million to spend, right? So we absolutely must win this election so we can get big corporate donations out of politics. It is very hard for regular people to compete when the provincial government is for sale, right? It is totally for sale. So we got to change that, and I absolutely need your help for it. Yeah.
Jonathan, Christy Clark ran on natural gas and jobs and billions of dollars for the economy. What's your opinion on this?
Well, yeah, she ran on it. We're still waiting for those jobs. It's very easy to promise stuff. She hasn't delivered them. The only person that's got a job out of it was Gordon Wilson, which some of you may be familiar with, which goes around basically saying there will be thousands and thousands of jobs, and we haven't seen them. You want to create jobs in this province? Recently I had a debate with Mr. Ver, who is a Minister of Technology. And he was bragging that the economy is so great that he has 40,000 jobs that he can't fill. For me, that's a statement of failure. It shows a lack of ability to plan for the future. When the New Democrats were in government, we had a plan for technology and training. We in fact commissioned a building to be placed in the center of Surrey, and that was going to house BC Tech, a university specifically designed for technology and training. And the first thing that Gordon Campbell and Christy Clark did when they got in was to actually shut down that university. And then they placed that building for sale. Shameful. At that time, I was a member of the Board of Governors of South Surrey University, and what we decided to do was no, we should not sell a provincial asset. We should in fact long-term that university, and that's how SFU Surrey was created. Shameful for the Minister of Technology and Training to say, I can't fill those jobs. Well, you killed the university that was going to provide that labor force. We want our new generation to create the technology of the future, not rely on fossil fuels of the past. You want to create jobs in this province? Let us take the kids in Surrey out of the portables and build real schools. We actually have to start thinking about planning for a third hospital in Surrey. This is the fastest growing municipality in this province. We have over 1,000 families that move here every year. We're going to put those kids in school. How are we going to help our seniors, right? So we're not doing a good job. I would like to do a better job. I would like to work for you. Any other questions? Questions make it easier. I'll be around if you have any questions. I'm very approachable, you know, anytime. Thanks so much. And actually, you know what? I am not a big poet myself, but I do need your help to make sure that, you know, people do not vote for Stephanie Can't Do. Say hello, Jonathan. Because